Are your seedlings starting to get a little leggy? Are all of the surfaces in your home covered in plants? And do you wish that they put more south-facing windows on your building? Us gardeners will do just about anything to extend the season, and starting seeds indoors is often a must when you're trying to grow as much of your own food as possible. Greenhouses are the go-to solution for providing extra space to grow food during those colder months. But can plastic greenhouses really protect you against the weather, and are they any good for growing food? Last year I decided to buy one online. Oh, the plastic greenhouse is finally here. Display for top. Wow, with a brand name like that, this must be a quality item. In the box you get the cover, a load of assorted metal bars with numbers on them, some plastic connectors with letters on them, some ground pegs and guy ropes. You'll also get some wire racks which are used for shelving, and you'll get a diagram along with some really helpful instructions showing you how it all fits together. If you manage to figure out how to build the thing, you should end up with a structure like this. But on its own, it's not particularly sturdy. The cover slides on over the top. It then attaches to the frame using fabric ties. Don't build this in the wind, that was really stupid. And then you are meant to pin the whole structure to the ground using these ground pegs, which you connect via these guy ropes to loops on the outside of the cover. And that's where the problems begin. These ropes don't grip to the metal at the bottom very well, so they just come undone in the wind. Then the cover acts as one giant sail and, you guessed it, the whole thing just flies away. It shakes the frame and all of your seedlings end up on the ground. Also, these pegs don't peg very well. They deform really easily. So if you want to secure your greenhouse, you're going to have to buy a new set of guy ropes and ground pegs, or consider other ways of securing the structure. Now, assuming you made these upgrades, your greenhouse should survive a few months of strong winds. However, if we look in the shed, here's the sheet from last year. What you'll notice in the reviews is that the zip fails. So an item that costs a few pennies actually ruins a product that costs somewhere approaching 100. Now in my case, a broken zip meant a broken door, and a broken door meant the wind just blew into the greenhouse and pushed away on the sheet, and that put a lot of strain on these fabric ties holding the greenhouse to the frame. As time went on, I noticed small holes forming around where they connected the plastic cover, and then one by one they all tore off, and then the whole cover flew off the frame. Now all that did happen over winter, and if you were to remove the cover or replace the zip faster than I did, then your greenhouse might last a lot longer. If any of this is helping you decide if a plastic greenhouse is right for you, then please press the like button and help this video spread to more people. Thank you guys for doing that, and thank you so much for all the lovely comments you keep leaving. So should you even consider buying something like this, given everything that I've said? Well, I think all this extra space, it just cannot be beaten for the price. It won't hold temperature very well, so if it starts approaching freezing overnight, you're going to have to bring your seedlings in. And I wouldn't put tomatoes or chili peppers out here overnight until well into the spring. But if your kitchen is as covered in plants as mine is, then it's amazing to be able to have a dedicated space where you can just put the plants, even if it's just during the daytime. It gives them access to so much more light than they can get indoors, and that means your plants won't end up leggy or weak, and hopefully that means higher yields. And if you're only a tenant renting a piece of land like I am, or if you're somehow prevented from putting up a proper greenhouse, then a plastic greenhouse or a polytunnel are probably your next best options. Now, if space is an issue for you and that walk-in greenhouse is just going to be too big, then you can always consider getting one of these plastic mini greenhouses instead, or splashing out and getting a cold frame. You know, I've never used a cold frame. Let me know in the comments if they're any good. And also let me know what kind of setup you're using. Are you using a greenhouse? Are you using a polytunnel? Are you using a cold frame? Are you using grow lights? What are you doing to extend your growing season? Now, I hope it's very clear, I'm not at all saying that this is the best product out there, but I have just bought a second one. So if you're interested in using this as a starting point, or if you're interested in the mini greenhouse, then I'll leave you a link in the description below. And if you're looking for other ways of increasing the size of your harvest, then check out this video here for a step-by-step on maximising germination rate of tomato seeds. Otherwise, as always, happy gardening.